stamped by the Panamanian consulate in the United States. And I mean, they stamp it. My husband says Panamanians love their stamps because they stamp everything. So you want to make sure that you get all that information before you get there so that you're not having to go back to the United States or order that stuff, because sometimes it's not easy to get. So birth certificates, marriage licenses, or documents that prove you're eligible to get married, medical, dental, and immunization records if necessary, tax records if necessary, school reports and transcripts, divorce, adoption, child custody papers, driver's licenses, wills, pets. If you're taking your pets, make sure you pack their inventory records and health certificates. And that's a whole different story we'll talk about in a different episode about taking your pets with you. Getting lost is part of the territory. Yep, getting lost is part of the territory, or learning how to get around, because it is something to be seen to drive in downtown Panama. And that's the way it is in a lot of countries. Lots of people in smaller spaces. What's it like to be able to drive in the country that you're moving to? Or will you drive? Will you buy a car? Will you hire a driver? All of those things are part of it. But you do know that you will get lost at some point. You should feel all kinds of ranges of emotions when you leave. It's excitement initially, and then there's fear. And then there's excitement again, and then it's, what the hell have we done? What have we done? You sell everything and you move to a place, and it can be a bit overwhelming. But if you take it in stride and just know that you consciously made this decision. Now, it's different if somebody's moving you and they're saying you got to move or you're not going to have a job. But when you make the decision to move, then you think about my poor babies. You know, my kids are grown. Our youngest is 30 years old. But eventually I got to a point where it's like I'm moving away from my children. My parents, too, they were a consideration. But my children, you always want to feel like you can get to them when you need to. And that got to me at one point. I started to get really nervous about my kids leaving. And then my daughter moved to Florida, which means she's closer to me. And I love that. I can get to her a lot faster. And my son left the country. So, you know, I'll see him when I see him. But they have embraced us living in a different country, which is wonderful, which means they'll come visit us. And they like having a new place to come visit. But you do go through a whole wide range of emotions. And some people get over that and some people don't. So just know that that's part of it. You should get rid of stuff. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. I talked about this earlier in the show today. You've got to get rid of stuff. I think everyone should go through this exercise, whether you're moving out of the country or not. We collect so much stuff, material things. The hardest part is pictures. What do you do with pictures? I've got pictures of my kids when they were babies. I've got stuff, school pictures. You hate to get rid of it, but what do you do with it? What do you do with that chest of drawer that grandma gave you that she wanted you to have? What do you do with that when you can't take it with you? We all should go through this exercise of decluttering and getting rid of material things and start living a more simple life, my opinion. A more minimal life. Doesn't mean you have to live poor. Doesn't mean that you have to act like you don't have the means to do so. But do you really need 1,200 pairs of shoes? Do you really need 15 black dresses? Come on. You really don't. And if you really start thinking about it, it's ridiculous that we collect that kind of stuff. Donate that. You can bring it with you and donate it to people that need it in the new place that you're moving to, which we've done a lot of. Or you donate it before you leave. And some people sell that stuff. We sold a lot of stuff before we left, and it financed shipping some stuff that we didn't need here to Panama. And you need to get your finances in order. You never know what your expenses will end up being. You can anticipate, but just know that you need to have some padding, some financial padding in the event that it's not quite what you expected, at least initially. And then the initial startup cost is like starting a business. Leases or down payments, deposits, lawyers' fees, all, getting your driver's license, medical records, getting a physical for insurance. All of that initially has a cost tied to it. And so you need to make sure that you're able to sustain that at least for the first 6 months that you do. So before you head off to start living in a brand new place, you'll need to get your finances in order. And cost of living does vary. It varies here in Panama depending on where you live, closer to the city, further from the city, more remote, less remote, closer to amenities, further from amenities. So it's very important to make sure. And then deciding whether you're going to open an international bank account. That's important. And where your money is going to be. You're going to keep it in your home country, or are you going to move it all to the country that you live in? So those are things to think about as an expat. I'm going to take a quick break, and when I get back, we're going to have our friends over at the Wireless Traveler. And is your airline one of the top airlines in the U.S.? This is Karen Duncan, your bucket list buster. I'll be back in a minute. Hey, bucket list busters. I know you are looking for your next bucket list adventure, and we have this week's group trips available for you to sign up today. So September 16th through the 23rd, 2019, meet us on the Norwegian Jewel. We are headed to Alaska, Seward, Alaska, cruise on the Hubbard Glacier, Icy Strait Point, Alaska, Juneau, Alaska, Skagway, Ketchikan, and navigate through the Interior Passage all the way up to Vancouver, British Columbia. It only takes $50 deposit to hold your space. Final payments are due by May 19th, and you get a choice of 2 of these: free drink package, free specialty dining, or free Wi-Fi. So if you're interested in Alaska, which is on everybody's bucket list, you need to call us today at 512-529-3696 or send us an email at yourbucketlistbuster@gmail.com. The next group trip is another bucket list biggie. Explore Kruger Fall and Victoria Falls in South Africa. With G Adventures, it includes only 12 spaces available because this is private for us, $3,249 per person. A ride through Kruger National Park in an open safari vehicle. Meet researchers from the Endangered Wildlife Trust Carnivore Conservation Program. Visit the awe-inspiring Victoria Falls. Extra exclusive tour the Zambezi River Sunset Cruise. We'll have a carnivore excursion experience on the game reserve. We'll have a highlighted Zimbabwean family dinner in Victoria Falls. We're going to have a foodie moment with the traditional South African braai, which is a barbecue, in Johannesburg. And of course, the panoramic route scenic drive through Kruger National Park. This is a National Geographic wonderful experience of a lifetime. Like I said, it's a small group, April 18th through the 26th, 2020. Do not miss it. Give us a call at 512-529-3696. That's the one country code. You can WhatsApp us if you'd like, or send me an email at yourbucketlistbuster@gmail.com. That is this week's group trip sponsored by Peaks Cruises and Tours. Welcome back to your Bucket List Buster. Really quick travel news. Weekly news. Is your airline, your favorite airline, on the list of top U.S. airlines? Let's just take a really quick look at the airline quality rating. Data collected in 2018. The number 1 spot goes to Delta. Number 2, JetBlue. Number 3, Southwest. Number 4, Alaska. Number 5, Hawaiian Air. Number 6, United. Number 7, Spirit. Number 8, American. And number 9, Frontier. Come on, y'all. Is it or is it not? Maybe you need to start looking around at a different airline. But my favorite is JetBlue, of course. Love you, JetBlue. Love you, Portia. All right, so let's talk with our friends over at the Wireless Traveler. Welcome back to Telecom Thursday Tips with our friends at the Wireless Traveler. Today, we're going to change it up a bit and talk about USA inbound travelers. So that might be relevant for our listeners who work and live abroad, like many of our expats here in Panama. Or perhaps you have visitors or clients traveling into the USA, Canada, or Mexico for business or holidays, or even to study for a semester. What is the best way to stay connected, make those calls, send those texts, and access secure internet and high speed without costing a fortune? Wireless Traveler has just launched their disposable SIM card that slots right into your unlocked smartphone. That would be all Verizon phones, by the way, any AT&T phones that are out of their 2-year contract, and most Canadian and European phones. Just check with your network provider to be sure your phone is unlocked before you leave. Then insert the SIM into your phone and enjoy up to 1 gigabyte of data plus 1,000 minutes of calling for only $30, which lasts for 30 days. If you need more data, go for the 5 gig and unlimited calling plan for only $55 for 30 days. And then for our mega users out there, you can get the 11 gig plan with unlimited calling for $75 for 1 month. What we love about this SIM card is that it can be used not only in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, but most international destinations around the world as well. If you're staying longer than 30 days, say you have a 3 to 6 month sabbatical or work assignment, you can use the renewable option at the same low cost rates. For sure, the next time I'm up in Chicago visiting my mom, I will be taking advantage of this great program to stay connected to everyone back here in Panama. And as always, for our listeners, remember to use promo code PEEKS, PEEKS, for a 15% discount on this exciting new product from the Wireless Traveler. We hope you enjoyed listening this week, and we look forward to meeting up again next Thursday for more tech tips from our friends over at the Wireless Traveler. To contact them, you may call at 1-866-700-3883 or wirelesstraveler.com. Well, folks, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for listening to your Bucket List Buster. I'm so proud to be able to spend some time with you. Remember to subscribe to your Bucket List Buster or leave a comment. Come on, folks, give us some likes out there as you're listening, or not. Give me some feedback. This is your Bucket List Buster. Travel recharges your mind, body, and soul. Next week, we will have active travel as our theme for the show, and we'll have Mr. Matt Paul of Bicycle Adventures. He's going to tell us all about his new adventures with bicycling and things, being out there and enjoying the outdoors, and all of this is a part of living your best life. Your Bucket List Buster is here to help you start living your dreams. Visit us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, and post some of your pictures. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you found some resources in today's show that excites your travel juices, provided you some valuable information for your next trip, and it gave you permission to take time off and have fun someplace in this world. I will see you guys next week. Ciao.